Well, hello everyone and welcome to our Friday Facebook Live. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that. And welcome to the month of December, the 12th month of 2023, as we are in full stride of our holiday shopping season. I hope everybody had a great Black Friday, an awesome Cyber Monday, and I hope that sales have spiked in your Amazon business. I want to spend some time with you today to talk about what you can do to get the most out of the month of December. Now, for those of you that are brand new to Internet Mastery, welcome to our amazing community. For those of you that are going through your very first holiday season, I have a feeling it might be even more exciting than you thought it could be. But for everybody in our community, I want to talk with you about how you can really ramp up sales with just 3 or 4 weeks to go. The first thing is something that I talked about recently, and that is that this is the ultimate buying season. So as you are building your inventory and preparing for 2024, everything from a retail perspective is on sale. This is literally the best time of the year to be buying retail arbitrage products. Now, conversely, it is the worst time of the year to be looking for, finding, and trying to set up a wholesale side of your business. So whether you are new or more experienced in our community, I believe that from an inventory perspective, you should be focusing on buying from retailers during the month of December. There are amazing deals. There are amazing opportunities. Now, there are some things that you want to be aware of and conscious of, and that is that when you're looking at your SPY rivals, daily estimated sales and monthly estimated buys, you can expect those numbers in the month of December to be slightly inflated over what sales would be like in January and February, simply because SPY rivals takes into account past performance, current behavior, and future predictive sales. And since we are currently in the hottest time of the year to sell, meaning the buyers are buying more this time of the year than any other time of the year, it could inflate those numbers. So if you're buying to sell in December, and we'll get into that in just a moment, then the numbers are accurate. But if you're buying with the purpose of reselling in January or February, then you want to be just conscious of that. Another point somebody had brought up with me is that they've heard me say over and over and over again that you should buy based on what you can sell in the next 30 to 45 days. And I am not going to change that opinion. However, there are always other considerations to think about. And here's one of them. When I talk about selling items in the next 30 to 45 days, I'm reflecting on a 15% goal in my net profit. Well, if I'm able to find product this time of the year, simply because of the holidays and the increase in discounts, where I can get a 50%, a 60%, a 70% return on my investment right now, well then, if I sell my items over 3 months, what is my net return over that 3-month period? Well, it would be 60% the first month, it would be 30% the second month, and it would be 15% the third month. So if you're getting higher profit margins, you can hold on to that inventory just a little bit longer, which is one of the reasons people like wholesale so much, simply because you get greater opportunities to be able to get more discounts. The other thing that you want to consider is that as you're looking at product, and again, you have to do your own math, but SPY Rivals shows you the last 30 days average selling price, and it shows you the last 12 months average selling price. Here's why this is so important. Because when you're looking at deals and opportunities to potentially be selling in January and February, remember that in the month of December, the prices are as low as they'll ever be. In fact, the closer you get to Christmas, the lower the pricing goes. So if you want to sell your items and be competitive in the month of December, and you're not using the repricer, you're missing 4 or 5 times the sales you would make if you were using the repricer. Now, if you're new to Internet Mastery and not familiar with the repricer, you can get a 7-day trial. But more importantly, you should watch the video in the e-library that I did on an overview of what the repricer is and how it works. It's in the Updates and Insights tab in your e-library. The repricer combined with the holiday season is resulting in sales far greater than we ever expected or anticipated they could be. On top of that, it's important for you to know that this by far is the biggest holiday shopping season ever in recorded history. It's not a little bit better than last year, it's multiples better than last year. So again, you're in a very unique situation. But when you're looking at your pricing, for example, let's say that you're finding some deals and the pricing, the net ROI is only 7 or 8%. But if you look at the historical pricing over the last 30 and the last 365 days, your profitability might be 28%. And if your goal is to buy now to sell in January or February, well, then you'll be able to increase your net ROI. These are the differences that people understand the more they've been in the business. It's not just green or red or push a button or grab a bolo deal. It's really understanding what it is that we're doing. And I also want to just give a quick shout out to everybody who's going through the holidays for the very first time. The longest you could be in the business to go through the holidays for the first time is a year. Well, I want you to think about some of the people that you interact with in your life. Doctors, lawyers, dentists, hairstylists, plumbers, mechanics, anyone with a profession. No one is an expert in their field in a year. Nobody. So we have people that work with Internet Mastery and after 3 or 4 months feel frustrated that they are not making as much money as they thought they should be. But if you're treating this like a business, you need to change your expectations. Some business take 3 or 4 or 5 years to get to that point of life-changing money. And I just want you to understand that. Like, we have people we work with that have been at the same job for 15 years. And every single year, they get a 3 to 5% increase in their annual salary. And after 10 or 15 or even 20 years at that job, it's still struggling to pay the bills at the end of the month. For some of you, it is not life-changing. And yet we have this expectation that we're going to get life-changing money 3 months after we start. It doesn't work that way. It takes time and then more time and then more time to understand what to do, how to implement, and to make sure you have the right tools there. So as you are preparing for the next 30 days, as we get closer and closer to Christmas, just 24 days away from the date of this recording, here's what I want you to understand. First, it is too late to send inventory to Amazon and guarantee that inventory be available for Christmas. That deadline is passed. So if you're in the midst of buying this inventory and you're saying to yourself, what am I going to do? I still want to make some money during the holidays. I want to give you a completely different shift. It's something that I started doing, and I want to share it with you. And it is the only time of the year that I put a full force effort into doing it. And that is FBM, Fulfillment by Merchant. And it's anti-FBA. It means that prime buyers are most likely not going to buy our inventory. But there's a lot of inventory that's sold FBM in the month of December. And here's the reason why. Because FBA, or the Fulfillment by Amazon items, sell out. Now, they're going to sell first, but they sell out. And when they sell, and the only option is FBM, buyers buy the FBM items. And if you have the best price, you're going to win. You're going to win the buy box, and you're going to make the sales. So, for example, one of the products that I sell, potassium, magnesium, zinc, PMZ, potassium, magnesium, zinc, I sell this product individually by the bottle, okay? And we sell, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 bottles a day some days. I mean, it's incredible. And we've got subscribe and save, and it's awesome. Well, I just got a reshipment. I've got, I don't know, 3,000 in my inventory at Amazon. So I don't need to continue to send more in and hope to sell it for the holidays. However, we have a 2-pack of that item. Now, just coincidentally, let me just share with you just how people on Amazon think. I sell this product for $45 a bottle. Now, I want you to understand this, okay? This is really important. I sell this for $45 a bottle. And you could buy 2 bottles in a 2-pack for $83. So if you buy 2, you save just under 10% than if you bought 1 bottle. That just makes sense. Well, for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we put the items on sale. We put the 1-pack on sale for $35.95, 20% off the regular pricing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And we're selling them like crazy. We're adding more subscribe and save customers. But what's my point in this? I did not lower the 2-pack. So this 2-pack is on sale for Amazon, not on sale, but for sale on Amazon for $82. But you could buy 1 for $36, which means 2 are $72. Do you know that since last Friday, when I put this up for sale, we have made 28 sales of 2-packs at $82 on the same listing where it is on sale for $35.99. Now you say, why is that? I'll tell you why. Because the sale, the 20% off sale, was only available to prime buyers. Non-prime buyers still saw a $45 price. And so the 2-pack, which is $82, is a better price if you are not a prime buyer. My point is that non-prime buyers buy during the holidays. And since we can't get the inventory to Amazon in time for it to be fulfilled by Amazon with only 24 days till Christmas, we're fulfilling these orders fulfillment by merchant. Now that's old school, okay? It takes you way back. This is contradictory. This means you're going to buy inventory and send it to your house. That's what it means. And you're going to keep it at your house. And you're going to fulfill it when the customer buys it. You're going to print the shipping label. You're going to put it in the box. You're going to take it to the post office, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, Shopify, old school. But it is the only way to sell inventory between now and Christmas that you buy that has the potential to sell in the next 3.5 weeks. It is our only option. If we send it to the prep center, it will obviously get sent to Amazon quickly. But since there's no guarantee that you're going to get those items available before Christmas, because we've passed Amazon's deadline, we might not sell any of it. So if you're buying it with the hope of selling it because you're not understanding the deadlines that Amazon imposed, we've been talking about this now for several months, then you're going to miss out on potential opportunities. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. Number one, you could just send everything to Amazon and cross your fingers, send it all to the prep center and have it sent to Amazon, cross your fingers, and hope you make a few sales. But if you're selling your items on Amazon with the expectation that you're not going to make the sales till January, obviously as well, you can still send them to the prep center. But what I would recommend is one of two things. Either A, first, send all the inventory that you believe you're going to sell between now and Christmas to your house, or send some of the inventory to your house and some of the inventory to the prep center. So let's say that we went to Bath and Body Works and we bought 12 mahogany candles. We would have to check out twice. Let's say we were sending 6 to our house and 6 to the prep center. We'd have to complete 2 checkouts. The first one would send it to our house, and the second one would send it to the prep center and then on to Amazon. Now, what I would highly recommend is not to make the FBM listing live and active until you receive your box. People have made this mistake in the past. They order 6 of something from the retailer, they send it to their house, they put 6 up for sale, all 6 sell by the time the items arrive, but you only get 4 from the retailer. That causes major issues in your Amazon account. When you are selling FBM, since we don't talk about it a lot, let me just give you a couple of pointers. Number 1, you must print the label within 24 hours of when the order comes in. Now, Amazon will tell you what your last date to print and ship the order is, but you want to put that in your mindset, understanding that you have to print that FBM label quickly. The other thing that you have to do is get it to the post office within 1 day after you print the label. So if a sale is made on Monday, you have until Tuesday to print the label, and you have until Wednesday to drop it off at the post office. Don't mess around with delivering it and shipping it and printing it late. You don't want to do that. And what a lot of people don't realize, heck, I didn't realize this when I started, is that Amazon will tell you when it has to arrive. So let's say the order is placed on December 1st, and the order has to arrive to the customer by December 10th. Well, I thought when I was new that if I just shipped it by December 5th, 2-day shipping, and it got there on December 7th, I'm ahead of schedule. The problem is that there are 2 different metrics. The first metric is the arrival date. The second metric, in no particular order, is the date in which it is shipped. So I know that FBM is something that some of you do a little bit of. Some of you learned how to do that with maybe a hazmat product or a meltable product, or items that you had returned to your house or shipped to your house, or that you bought in the store. And so you're utilizing that strategy. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about here is that if you have the Internet Mastery app on your phone, if you're in the iPhone store, the Apple store, I should say, and you've downloaded the app, well, then you have the mobile scanner on your phone. And I will tell you, just because you don't have to ask me, I'll just tell you, we're about this close to having the Android version. I asked about it today. It is in review. So, how long it takes to come out of review from the Google Play Store, the Android store, I don't know. However, it has been submitted. The app is final on our side. I did say 2024 is when it would be ready, so hopefully we can achieve and meet and exceed those goals. So you don't have to ask me when the Android version is coming. But I was in the mall on Black Friday. It was crazy. I just wanted to go have a good time there. It was kind of fun, but it was packed. I also went on Saturday. I didn't go, actually, I think I went on Monday also. And one of the things that I learned in just walking through the mall and looking at the signs and seeing what's on sale is that there are retailers that are struggling in competing with Amazon. It's very hard for any retailer to compete with Amazon, particularly when Amazon is one of the sellers. Amazon lowers the price, so they have the best competitive advantage. So what retailers are doing is they're putting their items on sale in the store at a greater discount than online. Because if the items are on sale online, Amazon can match or lower the price beyond or below what the retailer is selling it for. So if you happen to be in the mall, if you happen to be in an area where there are items that you can scan, you take out your mobile phone, you scan it, guess what you do? Only this time of the year I would advise you to do it. You buy it in the store, you bring it home, and you keep it there. And you just FBM it. Don't send it to Amazon. Not until after Christmas. Hold on to it. Set it at an FBM shipping option. Put your quantity in. Set your price in the repricer. And then just go to town. And the faster it sells out, the faster you can get back to the store and buy more to be able to maximize the holiday season. So again, this is a very different strategy. Maybe not something you were expecting me to talk about. Maybe you've already implemented it. I'm not sure. But even if you only capture a few % of the items that are selling, it is a great opportunity for you to get a spike in your sales. Now, it will slow down much sooner than an FBA order will slow down. For example, on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of December, Amazon can still get your orders to you by Christmas. I know this because I placed an order for something at 10 o'clock at night on the eve of Thanksgiving, and Amazon delivered it to my house at 8 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Amazon will be delivering on Christmas Day, whether they say so or not. They always do. If you're a Prime buyer and you're buying from an order fulfilled by Amazon, you'll see a spike in sales the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th because the buyers won't buy from an FBM seller at that point. So your window really isn't 24 days. It's really until the 21st-ish before you'll start to see a decrease. So you might want to think about, once that 22nd comes around, sending all the inventory you have left over to either the prep center, put it all in a box, send it to the prep center, or take the time to prep it yourself and send it to Amazon. I'll be happy to take questions and talk about this strategy in a few minutes, but I do want to talk with you about a few other things. First and foremost, those of you coming to the AI Writer event in Boca on December 14th and 15th. I'm going to just tell you something right now. I spent an hour today working on the AI Writer software, the AI book software. I've never in my life seen anything like this. It is on a whole other level. I mean, we're creating something that has never been done before. And I don't want to overemphasize it. It's going to be released at that event in Boca in maybe alpha, maybe beta. There's so much work that it takes to build this out. But the team is just literally working overtime for us to have a working version by the time we get together in Boca. It's going to blow you away. It blew me away. In fact, I'm not even sure what we're going to do for 2 days because I think you can have the book written in an hour. It's unbelievable. So I'm sure we'll come up with things to talk about. But that event is going to take place at the, I think it's the Hyatt Place in Boca. The link for the room block is in the Facebook group somewhere. So you want to make sure you book your rooms. Second, I released this week a 2024 Internet Mastery event calendar. For the last 3 years, we've held 2 in-person events a year. This year, we held a few extra AI events. In 2024, we are going to host 12 in-person events. One of the things I learned by being with our amazing group in Cancun is just how much power there is in meeting in person. So to give you an idea of what's coming, and you don't have to come to all of them, but you should come to some if you can. In February 3rd, 4th, and 5th is InternetMastery.live in Miami. Now that event is almost sold out. I think we have 4 or 5 tickets left for Miami. That's it, and then we're done. The room block, by the way, is in the Facebook group. So if you've not booked your room for that Miami event, I don't know what you're waiting for. The room block is going to sell out. The hotel regular pricing will be twice the price for a sleeping room. And I can tell you what, that area that we are in Miami, hotel rooms are very, very, very pricey. So that's the first thing I want you to know. The second thing I want you to know is we introduced an introductory price, $100 off for a virtual ticket. So if you can't make it to Miami, and the reason you can't make it to Miami is you're too busy, you're working, you can't afford it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're all valid reasons. Go get yourself a virtual ticket, save $100 and get it. On Monday, the price goes back up on the virtual ticket to match the in-person ticket. Now, I want to make sure everybody hears me loud and clear. We did not launch a virtual side of the event so we could start getting support tickets of, oh, by the way, something just came up. It's amazing to me how something comes up 24 hours after we announce that it's a virtual event. So right now, there is nothing in place for us to move an in-person ticket to a virtual ticket unless we sell out of the event and then we oversell the event and can sell your in-person ticket. We have already planned and prepared the materials, the space. This has been going on now since August. So I just want to make sure everybody understands there is nothing in place at this time to switch from a in-person to a virtual ticket. However, if you don't have a virtual ticket, if you can make it to Miami, you should come. But if you can't make it to Miami, you should watch it virtually. We're going to be releasing new software. We're going to be doing it only in beta to the people who participate in the event. We're going to be doing new training, new updates, and we're going to talk about how to kick off our year and 10X 2024. Once Miami is done, the first weekend in February, we've added a new one-day event by popular demand. We've never done this before, but we had so many people ask if we would do it, we put it in place. And that is March 9th. On March 9th, we're going to host a one-day event. It's going to take place in Las Vegas. The reason for that is that the ASD trade show, the biggest wholesale trade show in the United States, which happens twice a year, happens to be in Las Vegas, March 10, 11, 12, and 13. So you come spend the day with us. We'll talk about wholesale strategies and some other things. We're going to have an Inner Circle dinner that night. And then, of course, all Inner Circle members that come to the event in March, I will personally walk you through the ASD trade show on March 10th. So join us. If you can't make it in, I shouldn't say if you can't. If you can make it in Miami, come to Miami. If you can make it in Las Vegas, come to Las Vegas. And if you can make both, you should come to both. Then in May, we just introduced InternetMastery.live in Toronto, Canada. And it is not for Canadians. It just happens to be taking place in Toronto, Canada. I've gotten a lot of people say, well, why do I need to go to Toronto if I'm American? Well, why do we have so many Canadians come to America? It's because the information is universal. We will, again, have new updates, new releases, and all new training that's going to take place. Besides the fact, Julie Grab made this comment, I love this. 7 of our top 10 people on our leaderboard are Canadian. 7 out of our top 10 people on our leaderboard are Canadian and account for almost $20+ million in sales. And guess what? They'll be at that event. So if you can understand what it's like to surround yourself with some of the most successful people in our community, it takes your business to another level. In August, on August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we will have InternetMastery.live in Las Vegas, again, before the ASD trade show. And this will be the biggest IM Live we have ever held, ever. That event is going to be life-changing. And then finally, once we get into our new space, we're opening up a brand new Internet Mastery global headquarters here in Boca. Once we're in that space, I'm really hoping we're in January 1st, but it might be a few weeks after that. Once we are in that space, then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to hold some closed group trainings of 10 or 12 people in the office. And those will be added to our schedule, and those will be on a very limited basis, but that'll be exciting as well. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I've recently put up some new videos. Some of you have watched them. Some of you need to watch them. I don't understand why so few people, I'm just being quite real with you, why so few people are watching these 2 and 3 minute videos that we're posting. Some of them impact you, like the one I did on bundling. So many people are sending the wrong inventory to the prep center. They're doing the prep center the wrong way, and it's going to impact you. It will. I did another video on Temu. I did a video on Temu, and so you need to watch that. There's orders coming from Temu to the prep center. It's going to impact your Amazon account. There's a lot going on in that e-library. And in the Insights tab and the Videos tab, maybe that you see them on Facebook, maybe they get pushed down. I'm not really sure. But it's very important that these videos and this information is utilized by you so that you can get the most out of this business. Now, of course, this is your business. We're just here to make suggestions. You're here ultimately to make decisions. So if your decision is not to watch the videos because you're too busy, I get it. But that's what happens to your business then. You're too busy. So figure out a time, figure out a way, watch the videos, and then implement those things into your business. So with that being said, let me go into some questions now. I don't want to keep you too long, but I am happy to take some questions and comments. So let me zoom in here and let's see. First of all, hello to everybody and happy holidays. But I think I said that already. So let's see what we've got. Can we get a video or step-by-step on how to use the prep from home? Because I can only produce one label at a time. It's a great question. There's no real video that we can make on that because it's all about your printer. And you can only print one label at a time because that's the way the system is set up. It is exactly the same way it works at the Prep Center. And all you do is you just get a screenshot or the copy of your FNSKU sticker, and then you have to put it into whatever software you use, whatever printer you use to print those labels. If you use a Dymo printer, the one that I always recommend, then you're printing them one at a time. And then you can print 12, but they're in a string of one at a time. If you're using an Avery label where you're putting 10, 30 on a page, then you have to figure out how to format that. I mean, there are certain things that you have to work through. But when you are doing the prep from home, it is the right way. It's not broken. It is supposed to print one FNSKU label, and then you figure out how to take that label and implement it into, it's a great question, you implement that into your printer software. And since everybody uses different printers and different labels, there'd be no way to do a video on that. All right, let's see what the next question is. For the Las Vegas event, can I buy a ticket for me for the day event and 2 for the Inner Circle event? Sure, yeah, no problem. You buy one, you go to the page, you buy one ticket for the day of the event. Remember, Inner Circle members get a free guest. So if you're doing the one-day event and you're bringing a guest, that guest is free anyway. But both of you have to buy tickets to the Inner Circle. So on that checkout page, you'd select one ticket for the event and 2 tickets for Inner Circle. Done. That's awesome. All right, let's see. We're going to the room to book a site from Miami. It says no rooms are available. So it's possible that the room block is sold out. It's hard to imagine that it is, but it wouldn't surprise me. So we'll send an email today and ask how many of the rooms are left. I have not heard anyone say that the room block is sold out yet, but again, it might be. We have a lot of people coming, and we have a lot more people coming than we have rooms. And that is specifically because even though we want you to stay at the hotel, we can't force you to stay at the hotel. Some people choose to stay at different hotels. And if the room block doesn't get full, I'm responsible to buy all those rooms. So I will message them today for you and see if there is full, and if it is full, if they can open up a few more rooms. So that would be great. Let's see what the next question is. Are we going to have some pre-training before the AI book event? Yes, we are. And I will put a message up to that early next week. Next question. Why do I keep getting a bill from Bolo Deals by the Prep Center? The Prep Center doesn't send bills. There's no, I don't know what you're getting. I can't troubleshoot your account on a Facebook Live, but the Prep Center sends you an admin fee to pay when you don't submit a plan. If you don't submit a plan and your items show up at the Prep Center, you're going to get a $40 admin fee per the terms of service, per the Prep Center plan video, and per the Prep Center user guide. So I think that is the question that you're asking. However, I'm not sure. If you're asking why are there dollar numbers in your prep plan. That could be the other question you're asking. Again, this is covered in the prep video, and I'm not sending you to a video here, okay? But this is my whole point on the videos. The video of the Prep Center and the Prep Center user guide all go over all of this. Inside the Prep Center, if you see any numbers, what I want you to think about is, number one, that's not a bill. Nobody's sending you a bill. Number two, you've never been charged by the Prep Center for any of those numbers. Those numbers are what Amazon is charging you for the incoming shipping for your items to Amazon. It's not a charge from the Prep Center. So the Prep Center technology is notifying you of what those charges would be for. And that's what those numbers are. So I think that is the question. If you have a specific account question, then yes, if the question is the fee area on Prep Center 2.0, that's what Amazon's charging you. The Prep Center's not charging you. The Prep Center's never sent you a bill. The Prep Center's never charged your credit card. That's what Amazon is charging. Great question. I'm glad you asked. But what I'm going to advise you to do is to go back and watch the videos. I mean, maybe you've watched them, and that's okay if you have and missed it, but go back and watch them again, because I cover this a bunch of times in the videos. And one of the things that I notice is we do get a lot of questions about things that are answered in those short videos. That was my point earlier. In the e-library, there are so many videos available for you. I know it could be overwhelming to watch them all. Look, we had somebody the other day that said, the Bolo deals don't work. I can't make any money from my Bolo deals. Everything is gated, none of it works, and the Bolo deals are a joke. We said, did you watch the Bolo videos? Oh yeah, I watched one of them. One of them. Out of the 14, they watched one of them. They didn't watch the video on how to get ungated. They didn't watch the Bolo videos, but they can't figure out how the Bolo deals work, and so they want to blame the Bolo deals. We are here to provide you with the education and the training, but we can't make you watch them as much as we want to. And so that's a very important aspect for all new people coming in. Think about it this way. If you sign up to go to college, you do not have to show up to class. Some of you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't show up to class and you don't take the tests and you don't do the homework and you don't work with your teacher and you don't get help and ask for help when you need it from a TA, well, you're going to fail out of the class. And it is not the teacher's fault, and it's not the college's fault either. There are certain requirements that you want to do so you can get your degree. In this, you are now in the school of entrepreneurialism. So there are things you need to do to be successful and to follow them. So I'm really glad you asked the question, because it allowed me to go off on a tangent and give a little lecture. What would a Friday be without a little lecture? That's all I'm trying to say. All right, let's see if there's any other questions. Hello, Najwa. Congratulations. Najwa just had another gigantic pallet show up at the Prep Center with 7 plans. Thank you so much. Prep Center was kind of feeling like we didn't have anything to do. Packages are being shipped so fast. And then a pallet from Najwa shows up. So we appreciate you, Najwa. Thank you very much. Let's see. For the one-day AI event in February prior to the IM event, there is no AI event in February prior to the IM live event. I'm not sure what you're asking me about, but there is no one-day event in February. February, we have InternetMastery.live, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Then we have a one-day special event in Las Vegas. It's not an AI event. There'll be a little AI taught, a little bit of wholesale stuff taught. That's going to be in Las Vegas that's on March 9th. So that one is not in Boca. We don't have the office space yet finalized. We're just waiting for the lease to come to my desk. Once we do and we finalize that, I will add some small group events into the calendar. And by the way, part of that will be you'll have to come work in the Prep Center for a half hour or an hour while you're there too. You're going to come to the office, you're going to learn every aspect of the business and see what it's really like. I think you get a whole new appreciation for it. By the way, let me just touch on something else that came into the Facebook group, into the support, so that I'd say it because I wanted to make sure everybody understands, okay? When you submit a prep form and you submit, let's say 12 items are coming to the prep center, okay? And only 8 items show up. What the prep center does is they split your form. So we have this technology now that instead of waiting for the other 4 to come, because maybe they never will, we split it into 2 forms automatically on our side. So you'll see 12 arrived, it was split into 2 forms, one 8 and one 4, and the 8 gets sent into Amazon. Well, if the 12 that you have in your plan, if 18 of them show up, we change the number to 18. The prep center does never reach out to you, call you, or notify you that more or less than what showed up on your plan is actually what showed up. That is your responsibility. That is not the prep center's responsibility. The prep center doesn't know what you ordered. The prep center didn't buy any inventory. That's your business. And it is your responsibility. So if more show up, we're going to send more. If less show up, we're going to send whatever shows up. I just want to make sure everybody understands that. It is required by Amazon when you're completing a prep form to put in an accurate number. It is the courtesy of the prep center that makes that change. Because if we didn't have these systems in place and you ordered 12 and we only sent 8, that would cause major problems in your account. So I just wanted to mention that as well. All right, let's see. Any other questions anybody has for me on this awesome Friday, December 1st, 2023? Woo! 24 days till Christmas, 30 days until the end of the year. And I'm telling you what, 2024 is going to be on a whole next level going on. Put those events in your calendar. Get your tickets. Folks, listen to me. If you don't know me yet, you never met me yet, you've been in Internet Mastery a few months, you've never been to an event, you're like, what am I doing here? I have to pay more money, invest more money. Yes, you do. This is a business. Now, none of it's required, okay? None of it. But the people who interact at the next level go to the next level. This is a business. And so the more you engage yourself and dive into that business, the more you will get out of it. The more you study, the more work you do, the more effort you put in, the more you learn. It's a combination of all of it. We have such an unbelievable community in place. And where we're headed to $1 billion in sales on Amazon, woo, that's going to be a party. So I just want to encourage you to do that. My point in mentioning that is that it doesn't benefit me. I think sometimes people feel, who don't know what my intentions are, they feel like I'm trying to get you to come to an event so that you can buy a ticket. If you think that way, you need to reverse how you're thinking about it. It does not benefit me financially for you to come to a live event. The cost of putting on the events, the ticket price just barely breaks even, whether you understand about live event expense or not. Between our staff, our hotel, our venue, the printing, the materials, the giveaways, the VIP food, all of it barely covers is covered by the price of the ticket. The events are put on to help you grow your business. Period. End of conversation. So I would love for you to be there. If you can't make it, it won't hurt my feelings. If you don't want to go, I'm not gonna lose a minute's sleep over it. It's not gonna impact me. But it has the positive input, positive potential to really drive your business forward. Let's see. Any hot selling categories to suggest at this time? Yes, video games. I did a whole video on it a few weeks ago. Marlene just commented about that in the Facebook group. So the video is called How to Make $100,000 Next Year Selling Video Games. That's what I recommend. And I'm sticking to it. Thank you for the question. Thank you very much. Is there still room for the December 2-day event? Yes, there's one ticket left. You have to find the link in the Facebook group. It's the Writer AI event. It's $997. I think you should come. If you can make it and you can get a ticket and then book your room, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be, I wish I could show you the software. Folks, I'm telling you, I wrote a title of the book. That was my contribution to the book. I wrote the title. And then the technology gave me a 2 paragraph overview / description of what it should be about based on the title. And then it wrote all the chapter titles and all the information in the title, in the paragraph, in the chapters that should be included. And then about 15 minutes later, the book was done, 14 chapters. What the heck just happened? Now, obviously, we still have to, format it a little bit, and we gotta put it up on Amazon and do some work. Even the cover art is done for us. Again, we got to do a little work. We got to put our name on it, but all that's going to be done in the future as well as we build out this technology. There are so many powerful aspects to the technology. And then the other thing, just to make you aware, is that the book AI software is going to be available for sale. It's going to be $1,000 plus. And by the way, we're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in building it, just so you understand. And the amount of time and the amount of money it's going to be able to generate people is going to be crazy. So right now, it's going to be $1,000, and then it's going to have a credit system based on for each book you write, because it costs money to get all of this done in real time. Anyway, here's my point. Those of you coming to the event in December, you're paying $9.97 for the ticket. You're getting the book AI software included. So when it comes out and it's in beta, you're going to be testing it. When you go to internetmastery.live in Miami, you don't have to pay for it. You'll already have it. And you'll have to get some credits after that, obviously. But the point is that there's a lot of value in coming to this two-day event. It's going to be freaking awesome. I cannot wait. It's in 13 days. Woo! 14 days from now, the people in Boca that are at the Writer AI event are going to leave with a book done. Come on. And it isn't just about the book. It's how to sell the book. It's how to market the book. It's how to publish the book. It's about all these different things. Like I don't consider myself the world's greatest book expert. However, I have written and published 6 best-selling books. So I think that puts me further ahead than the people who I'm going to be teaching this to. I believe. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe we have some number one best-selling, number one Amazon, number one New York Times best-selling authors in our community, and then we will love to get your input as well. But I like this part of the business. I'm super excited about it. All right, let's see. How many books do you predict attendees at the AI event will write in attendance? 1. 1 book. Why would we write more than 1 book? This is not like a burn and churn. This is create a book, write a book, publish a book, and then figure out how to sell that book. It's not about having 10 or 15 books by the time you leave. You need to do it once, you need to do it right, and then you need to repeat the process. So the short answer is 1 book. That is it. All right, let's see what the next question is. Check to see if it was split and then contact the retailer. Yeah, sure, you could do that. If your plan is split, contact the retailer. I mean, again, your business, right? If the items showed up at your house and you were supposed to get 12 and 8 showed up, what would you do? You'd call the retailer. So, excellent. Let's see. Next question. I missed your last question, which is before Najwa's question. Can I go over it? You can repeat the question. I can't go back up and find your question. Thank you for asking. I don't know what the question is, and I do my best to answer the questions, but I need you to re-ask the question, okay? All right, let's see, and I'll give you a moment to see what the question is that was before Najwa's second question, okay? Let's see. I ordered 10 items and all received by the prep center, but Amazon only received 8, and I've been waiting for updates. How do you explain this? So whatever was sent and received by the prep center is sent to Amazon. You have to understand how Amazon works. Amazon, if they received 8, but they received 10, but they moved 2 to a different location, are going to tell you they only have 8. So you need to let it settle at Amazon, and then you have to wait 45 days, and if the other 2 don't show up, then you can request Amazon to do an inquiry. Whatever is received is sent. There is no discrepancy. So if we receive 6 and your plan says 6, we send 6. If your plan says 10 and we receive 6, we split the plan and we send 6. Anytime it is received short, it is always split. So you have to follow up with Amazon for that. All right, let's see what the next question is. I don't have a repeat of a question that was before Najwa's question. So if you want the question answered, I'm going to give you like another minute or two. I need you to repost the question. Let's see what the next question is. Okay, maybe that question was already reposted. Outstanding. Excellent. Does anybody else have any other questions for me on this beautiful, amazing Friday afternoon? I don't know why we don't get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here, or even hundreds and hundreds of people watch it on the replay. But here's what I do know. You are in the right place at the right time, and you're doing the right thing. And it's very, very exciting when that happens. So with that being said, I am going to say to everyone, thank you for being here. For everyone coming to Boca in 2 weeks, I cannot wait to see you. I can't come soon enough, although it can't come too soon because the technology's not done yet. For everybody coming to Miami, be prepared to go to the next level and launch your 2024 with bells on, whether it's in person or virtual. The virtual ticket price is going up $100. So if you're planning on getting a virtual ticket, you want to get that virtual ticket now. If you're coming to Las Vegas with us in March, you want to do that, get that ticket before that ticket price goes up, and mark your calendars to join us in Toronto in December. In May. That's going to be an awesome celebration. So thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Congratulations. Thanks for being here. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.